안녕하십니까? 섀도잉 100일의 기적입니다. 큰 소리로 따라하는 것 잊지 마십시오. 그럼 지금부터 19일차 섀도잉을 시작하겠습니다.
I married for papers. Then I fell in love. I'm Alma. A visa was all I wanted. His laugh changed everything. But our deal had rules. My name is Alma. This is my story. It is a story about a big decision. A decision for my future. I needed to stay in this country. My country was far away. Life there was very hard. No good jobs. No good future for me. I wanted something more. A chance. A new beginning. So I needed papers. A visa. A way to live here legally. It was not easy. The rules were many. The process was slow. I was young. I was scared. But I was also determined. I had a dream of a simple, safe life. Maybe you have a dream like that too. A dream that feels very big. A friend told me about a way. She said, Alma, sometimes people marry for papers. It is a big risk, she said, but it can work. Marry a stranger. The idea felt cold. It felt wrong. But my options were few. My time was running out. My friend knew someone, a man named Leo. She said he was kind. He might be willing to help. I was so nervous to meet him. My hands were shaking. What if he was a bad person? What if this was a terrible mistake? But I had to try, for my dream, for my future. We met in a small coffee shop. Leo was quiet. He looked a little sad, I thought. He had kind eyes. That was the first thing I noticed. He listened to my story. I told him why I needed help. I was honest. I told him I could pay him some money. Not much, but some. He shook his head. I don't want money, Alma, he said. His voice was soft, gentle. I understand wanting a better life, he said. Maybe I can help. My heart jumped. Hope, a little spark of hope. He told me he was lonely. His apartment felt too big, too empty. A marriage, even a marriage for papers, meant he wouldn't be so alone. It was a strange reason, but it was his reason. So we made a deal, a business deal. We would get married. I would get my papers. We would live in his apartment. As roommates, not as husband and wife. There were rules, many rules. Rule number 1, separate rooms, always. Rule number 2, no personal questions. We keep our pasts private. Rule number 3, we act like a couple in public. For immigration. Rule number 4, when my papers are final, we get a quiet divorce. I move out. It sounded so simple, so clear. A visa was all I wanted. I told myself that again and again. Feelings were not part of the deal. Love was not part of the deal. This was just a way to get my dream. It's okay, I told myself. You can do this, Alma. The wedding was small. Just us and 2 witnesses from a city office. I wore a simple dress. I did not feel like a bride. I felt like an actress in a play. Leo looked serious, He said, I do. I said, I do. And just like that, we were married. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, a common name for the papers. It felt unreal. We went back to his apartment, my new home, our shared space. It was a nice apartment, clean, but it felt cold, like Leo. My room was small, but it was mine, a safe place. The first few weeks were awkward, so awkward. We lived like ghosts in the same house. I cooked my food, he cooked his. We said hello in the hallway. Sometimes good night. He worked long hours. I started looking for a small job. I cleaned the apartment. I read books. I waited. Waiting for papers is a hard thing. So much waiting. I missed my home, my family, my language. Sometimes I cried in my little room. But then I remembered my dream, and I felt stronger. Leo was always polite. He respected the rules, respected my space. He was a good man. I could see that. But he was also a mystery, hidden behind his quietness, his sad eyes. I wanted to ask him, "Why are you sad, Leo? What is your story?" But rule number 2, no personal questions. So I said nothing. I just watched him sometimes. He liked to read. He had many books. He liked tea, black tea with no sugar. He sometimes listened to old music, soft, sad music. These were small things I learned, like collecting tiny stones. One evening, I was trying to fix a broken shelf in my room. It was an old shelf. It just fell down. My books were on the floor. I am not very good at fixing things. I was struggling. I felt frustrated. Tears came to my eyes. Suddenly, Leo was at my door. "Is everything okay, Alma?" he asked. He must have heard the noise. I felt embarrassed. "Yes, just a shelf," I said. I wiped my eyes quickly. He looked at the shelf. He looked at my tools, a small screwdriver. Then he did something unexpected. He smiled, a small, gentle smile. "Let me help," he said. He came into my room. He picked up the screwdriver. He was good with his hands, strong hands. He fixed the shelf quickly. He made it strong again. "There," he said, "good as new." "Thank you, Leo," I said. I was surprised by his kindness. It was not in the rules. Helping me was not in the deal. "It's okay," he said. He looked at my books. "You like to read?" "Yes," I said. "Books are my friends." He nodded, "Me too." And then he laughed. It was not a big laugh. It was a soft laugh, a quiet laugh. But it was the first time I heard him really laugh. It was a beautiful sound, like music. His laugh, it felt warm. It touched my heart a little. That was the moment. The moment something shifted. A visa was all I wanted. But his laugh made me forget the rules for a second. It was an unexpected heartbeat. A little flutter inside me. I quickly looked away. I remembered the deal. "This is business, Alma," I told myself. Just business. But after that day, things felt a little different. The air in the apartment was not so cold. We started to talk a little more. Not personal things, just small talk. About the weather, about a new coffee shop nearby. One Saturday, Leo was cooking. The smell was so good. He was making a stew, a big pot of stew. It smells delicious, I said. I was hungry. He looked surprised. Then he smiled that small smile again. There is plenty, he said. Would you like some? My heart said yes, but my head remembered the rules. Our separate lives. Oh no, thank you, Leo, I said. I have my own food. He looked a little disappointed. Okay, he said. I went to my room. I ate my simple sandwich, but I could still smell his stew. I felt foolish. Why did I say no? It was just food. The rules. They were like high walls between us. Walls I had helped build. Sometimes we had to act like a couple. For meetings about my papers. For official things. We would hold hands. He would put his arm around me. It felt strange. His hand was warm. His arm felt strong. I had to remind myself, this is acting, Alma. This is not real. But my heart was a stupid thing. It beat faster when he was close. I tried to ignore it. I focused on the goal, the papers. But it was getting harder. Leo was always kind, always respectful. He never tried to break the rules. But I saw things, small things. The way he looked at me sometimes. A quick glance. A soft look in his eyes. Or maybe I was just imagining it. Hoping for it. This was dangerous. Feelings were dangerous. They could ruin everything. One night, I had a bad dream. A nightmare about my old life. I woke up scared. My heart was pounding. I felt so alone. So far from everything I knew. I needed to talk to someone. Anyone. I went to the kitchen to get some water. Leo was there. He was sitting at the small table, reading. He looked up. Alma, are you okay? You look pale. I couldn't stop myself. The words just came out. I had a bad dream, I whispered. He put his book down. His face was full of concern. Do you want to talk about it? He asked. Gently. Rule number 2. No personal questions. No personal sharing. But I was so tired of being strong. So tired of being alone. I nodded, and I told him, not everything, but a little. About my fears, about my loneliness. He listened. He did not interrupt. He just listened. His eyes were full of understanding. Or something like it. When I finished, he said, You are very brave, Alma. Coming here alone, fighting for your dream, that takes courage. His words, they were like a warm blanket. No one had called me brave before. Thank you, Leo, I said. My voice was shaky. We sat in silence for a few minutes. It was a comfortable silence, not awkward like before. Do you want some tea? He asked. I was just making some. Yes, please, I said. He made tea. Black tea with no sugar, his favorite. He gave me a cup. It was warm in my hands. We drank our tea together. In the quiet kitchen. In the middle of the night. It felt nice. It felt like we were friends. Or maybe something more. My heart was confused. My head was confused. A visa was all I wanted. I kept saying it. But my heart whispered, maybe you want more, Alma. The days turned into weeks. The weeks into months. My English got better. I found a part-time job at a flower shop. I loved working with flowers. They were beautiful. They smelled sweet. Leo seemed a little happier too. He smiled more often. He even told a joke one day. It was not very funny, but I laughed. And he laughed his real laugh. That beautiful sound. My heart did a little dance. We started to share more things. Not just tea. Sometimes we watched a movie together. On his old sofa. Not too close. Still respecting the space. But together. We talked about the movies. About books. About safe things. The walls between us were still there. But they were lower now. I could see over them a little. I could see Leo. The real Leo. And I liked him. I liked him a lot. This was a problem. A big problem. Our deal had rules. And falling in love was not one of them. I was scared. What if he didn't feel the same way? What if I ruined everything? Lost my chance for papers. Lost his friendship. It's okay to feel scared when your heart wants something unexpected. I know that now. One day I got a letter. A letter about my papers. My final interview was scheduled. This was it. The moment I had been waiting for. If the interview went well, my papers would be approved. I would be legal. I would be free. I should have been happy, overjoyed. But my heart felt heavy, so heavy, because this also meant the end of our deal. Rule number 4. When papers are final, we get a divorce. I move out. Move out, leave Leo. The thought was like a sharp pain in my chest. I didn't want to leave. I realized something very important that day. A visa was not all I wanted anymore. I wanted Leo. I wanted his smiles, his laugh, his kindness. I wanted our quiet evenings, our shared tea. I had fallen in love with my husband. My husband for papers. What a mess. What a beautiful, terrible mess. I had to tell him. I had to know if he felt anything for me. But how? How do you break rules you agreed to? How do you risk everything? I was so nervous. For days, I couldn't find the words. The interview was getting closer. One evening, Leo came home from work. He looked tired. Long day, I asked. He nodded. Very long, he sighed. He looked at me. There was something in his eyes. Sadness again. Alma, he said. His voice was very quiet. Your interview is next week, right? Yes, I said. My heart started beating fast. So soon. Soon our arrangement will be over. He said it like a fact. Like rule number 4. But his eyes looked like he didn't want it to be over. Was I imagining it? This was my chance. My only chance. Leo, I said. My voice was trembling. I need to tell you something. He looked at me, waiting. The rules, I started. Our deal. I know I agreed to them. But things have changed for me. I took a deep breath. Leo, I have feelings for you. The words were out, hanging in the air between us. I couldn't look at him. I stared at my hands. Silence. A long, terrible silence. My heart sank. He doesn't feel the same way, I thought. I ruined it. I felt tears stinging my eyes. Then I heard him move. He came closer. He gently lifted my chin, made me look at him. His eyes were soft, and there was something else there, something I hadn't seen before. Hope, Alma, he whispered. His voice was husky. Things have changed for me too. My breath caught in my throat. I didn't want to say anything, he continued. Because of our deal, because I didn't want to pressure you. But living with you, Alma, it hasn't felt like an arrangement for a long time. I care about you very much. He cared about me. He really cared. Tears streamed down my face now. But they were happy tears. Relief, so much relief. Oh, Leo, I cried. And then he did something that was definitely not in the rules. He kissed me. It was a soft kiss, a gentle kiss, full of all the unsaid words between us. In that moment, all the rules, all the deals, all the fears, they disappeared. There was only us, Alma and Leo, and an unexpected heartbeat that was now a shared heartbeat. My interview went well. My papers were approved. I was officially legal. I could stay, but I wasn't going anywhere. Leo and we decided to tear up our old deal, our old rules. We decided to make new rules, our rules. Rule number 1, love each other. Rule number 2, talk about everything. No more secrets. Rule number 3, laugh together, every day. Our marriage started for papers, for practical reasons, but it turned into something real, something beautiful. Love found me in the most unexpected way, in a quiet apartment, with a kind, sad-eyed man. His laugh didn't just change everything. It opened my heart. Life is funny sometimes, isn't it? You think you want one thing, you make a plan, and then something happens, someone happens, and your plan changes, your dream changes. My dream was a safe life, a new beginning. I got that, but I got so much more. I got love, I got a partner, I got a family. It wasn't easy. There were moments of fear, moments of doubt, but we found our way, together. So if you have a dream, go for it. Be brave, but also be open. Be open to surprises. Be open to unexpected heartbeats. Sometimes, the things you don't plan for are the best things of all. It's okay if your journey is different. It's okay if your love story is unusual. What matters is the love. What matters is the happiness. My name is Alma, and this is my love story. A story that started with papers, but ended with a full heart. And I wouldn't change a single thing. Keep believing in your dreams, and keep believing in love. You never know where you might find it.
여기까지입니다. 재능은 꾸준함을 이기지 못합니다. 100일까지 이제 81일밖에 남지 않았습니다. 끝까지 저와 함께 쭉 함께 하실 것으로 믿겠습니다. 구독, 좋아요, 완료 댓글은 저에게 종합 비타민과 같습니다. 감사합니다.